Alright, everybody, time to run down the results of Week 4, and then I'll make my picks for Week 5, which will be a little shorter this week because the buys have started. There will only be 13 games. So, see how Week 4 went, starting with the Detroit Lions and Dallas Cowboys. My pick was the Dallas Cowboys, and they did get a lead, which they blew. And that's a story you'll be hearing a lot this week. The Detroit Lions ended up coming back and winning the game 34-30. So no points on that one. Pittsburgh Steelers and Houston Texans. My pick was Pittsburgh, and Houston won the game by a score of 17-10, so no points on that one either. Let's go to the Carolina Panthers and the Chicago Bears. My pick was the Bears, and the winner of that game by a score of 34-29 was the Bears. So that's the first one I got right, so that's one. Minnesota and Kansas City. Both teams did not have a win going into this game. So my pick was going to be the Vikings, and Vikings did get off to a good start, as I recall. But Kansas City came back and won it. It was 22-17, so no points on that one. Let's go Buffalo and Cincinnati. This is another game that Buffalo led early, and my pick was Buffalo, but Cincinnati, they came back and won it. I told you it's a story we'd be hearing a lot this week. So 23-20. So after the first 5 games I've looked at, I've only got one right. So move on to Tennessee and Cleveland. I picked Tennessee, and the winner by a score of 31-13 was Tennessee. So make that 2. Washington and St. Louis. My pick was Washington, and it was a 17-10 victory for Washington. So now I got 3. Oh, here's another one of the tough ones. San Francisco and Philadelphia. I thought with Vic playing, and Philadelphia would have it easily, but Vic, he's been knocked out of a couple of games, but he's pretty much had 9 lives. So, and he did survive the end of this game, but unfortunately the Eagles did not. Again, they got off to a good start, but the 49ers came back and they won it 24-23, so no points on that one for me. Moving on to the New Orleans Saints and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Pretty easy pick. I picked New Orleans, and New Orleans delivered. It was 23-10, so I've got 4. Atlanta and Seattle. I picked Atlanta, and this was almost another comeback win, but Seattle did not quite complete the comeback. It was 30-28 for Atlanta, so you can make that 5. Move on to the Giants and the Cardinals. I picked the Giants, and thankfully this was a good one for me, because it was the Cardinals who got off to a good start and the Giants who came back. So I got the points on that one. So it was a 31-27 win for the Giants. So make that 6. Or wait. Yes, 6. Okay. The Patriots and the Oakland Raiders. I picked the Patriots to come back after their kind of humiliating loss to my Bills. And the final score was 31-19 for the Patriots. So you can make that 7. Denver and Green Bay. I picked Green Bay to win in the blowout, and they pretty much did. It was 49-23, so you can make that 8. Miami and San Diego. I picked San Diego to win, and Miami lost the game, and their quarterback for the season. 26-16 was the final score for San Diego, so you can make that 9 right for me. And on Sunday night, it was the Jets and the Baltimore Ravens. I picked the Ravens to win this one, and the Ravens obliged. It was 34-17. So now I have 10. And the Monday night game was the Indianapolis Colts and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Colts did make it interesting. It was Curtis Painter's first start. but the final score was 24-17 for the Buccaneers. And it was another game that the Colts led early, but the Buccaneers came back. So it was pretty much comeback week. And comeback week ends up on a high note for me as my pick of the Buccaneers is right, and gives me a total of 11 for week 4. So it was kind of a slow start there, but it was just the order I had the games in, but I end up with 11. And adding that to my 28 from the previous 3 weeks, 28 plus 11 is 39. So that is where I stand after 4 weeks. Moving on to week 5. And we have only 13 games instead of 16 games because the byes have started. The 6 teams that have the week off this week are Baltimore, Cleveland, Dallas, Miami, St. Louis, and Washington. So, everyone else will be playing in week 5. Let's see what we got. Tennessee and Pittsburgh. Tennessee's gotten off to a good start, 3-1. Pittsburgh an okay start at 2-2. I kind of like Pittsburgh in this one. They're still pretty much the same team that they were. I still have my respect for Tennessee this year, but Pittsburgh is a stronger team, so my pick is going to be Pittsburgh in that one. Cincinnati and Jacksonville. Both two teams that have lost some players and are kind of struggling because of it. So Cincinnati, they're still 2-2 in spite of everything, and Jacksonville 1-3. I kind of think this is one that Jacksonville can steal. Yeah. I'm going to go with Jacksonville. I mean, Jacksonville's running is still okay. Yeah, I think they can do it. So move on to New Orleans and Carolina. This is a pretty easy one. New Orleans is 3-1, Carolina 1-3. I do like Cam Newton. Cam Newton's going to win some games. It's going to make the Panthers better eventually, but the Saints are still a better team. So the Saints are going to be my pick. Oakland and Houston. Oakland 2-2, Houston 3-1. This is a hard one for me. By the way, I should acknowledge that Oakland lost their longtime owner Al Davis this week. So it might be easy to say that Oakland will be maybe a little motivated by that. I don't know. I'm kind of leaning towards Oakland based on what they have on the field. Houston, Arian Foster. Houston's got some injuries. Yeah, Arian Foster and Johnson. So, yeah, I'm going to lean towards Oakland. Yeah, Oakland is going to be my pick. Kind of took a long time on that one, I know, but Philadelphia and Buffalo. I'm still kind of hesitant to say the Bills are for real, and I haven't given up on the Eagles yet. They lost a couple of games after Michael Vick had to come out of those games, and last week was pretty much just dumb luck, so I haven't given up on the Eagles. I think the Eagles can still be a team to beat. I don't know if they're the team to beat anymore, but I'm gonna pick the Eagles to stun the Bills. So that is my pick. Arizona and Minnesota. Both teams that have not had any success this year. Arizona has 1 win, and the Vikings have not won yet. Yeah, so I'm gonna go with Arizona. I just kind of like their offense a little bit better. Cobb throwing to Fitzgerald is a little better than McNabb throwing to whoever the hell's there. Yeah, Arizona's my pick. Moving on to the Kansas City Chiefs and the Indianapolis Colts. Curtis Painter will be starting again for the 0-4 Colts, and Kansas City has not been much better. They won last week, but were 0-3 before that. I'm kind of thinking this is one that the Colts could steal. I mean, Joseph Addai's really stepped up in his running, and the Colts have made it close the last couple of games, and Kansas City is not really a force to be reckoned with this year, so this is one that I'm picking the Colts to win. So that is my pick. Seattle and the Giants. Pretty easy one. I'm picking the Giants to win this one. Seattle has done nothing. The Giants have pretty much stepped it up, especially in the absence of the competitiveness of the Eagles. So, yeah, the Giants have definitely shown that they could be one of those teams to reckon with this year. So, Giants are my pick. The 3-1 Buccaneers against the 3-1 49ers. I don't really understand why the 49ers are 3-1. Buccaneers at least have some talent. I mean, the 49ers have talent too, but I was kind of expecting the Buccaneers to be there and wasn't really expecting the 49ers. So, who do I pick? I kind of still like the Buccaneers in this one. So I'm going to pick the Buccaneers. So moving on to San Diego and Denver. Yeah, it's an easy one. It's an easy one. San Diego, Denver hasn't done much, and they seem to be very hesitant to switch to Tebow. They're going to stick with Kyle Orton pretty much until his arm falls off, basically. So, and San Diego, they've gotten off to a good start, which is good enough for me to pick them over Denver. So, San Diego is my pick. The Jets and the Patriots. Jets, I don't know, they're still kind of the same team, but they have shown some weaknesses. And the Patriots are still the Patriots. They're still going to be one of the big teams this year. So, and they're at home, so it's kind of easy to pick the Patriots over the Jets here. So that is what I'm going to do. Sunday night game is the Green Bay Packers and the Atlanta Falcons. I've taken some heat from my buddies. I do have some Twitter friends who are Atlanta Falcon fans for not picking the Falcons in the first two games. Falcons, they are 2-2, and I think they are better than that record. The Packers are 4-0 after the year after winning the Super Bowl. I don't know. I think I'm gonna go a little bold here, and I'm gonna pick the Atlanta Falcons to beat the Green Bay Packers. So they will hand the Packers their first loss, I believe, on Sunday Night Football this week. So that is my pick, picking Atlanta over the Packers. And the Monday night game is the Chicago Bears and the Detroit Lions. Detroit, another team that has started 4-0. I haven't gotten to watch a Detroit game, so I'm not really sure why they're having success this year, but I guess it is pretty cool. And Chicago is, pretty much the same Chicago team. They've got some big strengths, and they got some big weaknesses as well. So even if it's kind of blindly, I'm going to pick the Detroit Lions to beat the Chicago Bears on Monday Night Football this week to close out Week 5. So, those are all my picks. To recap them, Steelers over the Titans, Jaguars over the Bengals, Saints over Panthers, Raiders over Texans, Eagles over Bills, Cardinals over Vikings, Colts over Chiefs, Giants over Seahawks, Buccaneers over 49ers, Chargers over the Broncos, Patriots over Jets, Falcons over Packers, and Lions over Bears. So those are my picks for Week 5. Sorry if I was a little boring this week. I'm pretty tired. So yeah, that's how I believe Week 5 is going to work out. And until then, I will see you next time. Bye-bye.